Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. It's going to be another awesome one. This is actually the final pair of players in the round of 32 for the GSL. I actually cast an SOS versus Soulkey game a few days ago, and it was a really good one. Half an hour long, beautiful game, but it wouldn't upload. It was like a 3 gig file, and I tried uploading it 3 times in different file formats, and YouTube just would not accept it. So finally I just had to say screw it, but I still wanted to cast SOS versus Soulkey, so here we go. This is their second game, or just another game in the series. So let's check it out. Down the bottom right side of the map, Mr. Soulkey, 22 years of age, from South Korea. Not currently part of a team, but he was part of the SK Telecom T1 team up until near the end of September this year, so not that long ago. But you can assume he was part of that team at the time this was cast. So yeah, and he's chosen to get his natural expansion at the 3rd base location, which is, yeah, very interesting. Obviously not worried about being attacked too early on. He's more worried about making sure that he gets that 3rd base out nice and easily. And his opponent up the top left side of the map, Mr. SOS, is 20 years of age, from South Korea, and plays for the Jin Air Green Wings team. So definitely one of the most awesome players out there. Both of these players, I think, are some of the most awesome players out there, and we'll just have to see how this game goes between these two. Looks like the Lings have been trying to get in. Zealot's chasing them away. Should I say Zealot chasing them away quite easily. I don't think they've penetrated in. The Overlord did do a nice flyover, managed to avoid the cannon, and did see the Stargate. So Soulkey knows exactly what is coming up, and Spore Crawler's probably going to be coming up any time now, would be my guess. And meanwhile, not much else going on. We've got a 3rd base coming up for Mr. Soulkey. No tech as of yet, but we can expect to see either a lair or a Roach Warren coming out in the next minute or so, I would guess. Unless he's just going to keep pumping out a ton of workers. But yeah, I would expect lair. There we go, there's the lair coming out right there. So beautiful stuff there. Overlord getting chased away by the sentry, just so they don't see what's coming out. And it is going to be an Oracle. But Soulkey has not started going for those Spore Crawlers yet. They're just now going for them, which, I mean, they do build fairly fast, so you should still be okay. But cutting it a little bit close here. I don't know if they're actually going to be ready in time. This Oracle is, damn, that thing is on the way. Sort of circling around a little bit. If it went straight for this base, it might have been in time, but now it is going to arrive beautifully. So those Spore Crawlers definitely timed very nice. And the amount of damage put on that Oracle is absolutely insane. You only got 1 actual kill there, and it took so much damage from the Queen and the Spore Crawler. So yeah, I wonder if this counts as a light unit. I wouldn't be surprised if it does count as a light unit, because yeah, these things do like 15 damage normally, but 45 damage to light units. No, wait, sorry, it's 45 to biological units, my bad. So yeah, it wouldn't be doing anything extra to this. Yeah, it's just a bonus to biological, just to counter mass muters in ZVZ, I guess. But ooh, Phoenix going for a bit of a scout. 4th base coming out. We got a 3rd base coming out for Mr. SOS as well. Very much on the money in terms of getting this 3rd base down. Put it down nice and early, and it's already up by now. So very good stuff. Both players being quite aggressive with their macro, but they haven't really been doing too much to each other. Although, are you seeing what I'm seeing? 3 Void Rays coming out at once. So he's got the double Stargate here. And this has got to mean that his ground army potential is completely in the toilet right now. He's got 1 gateway, and that is it. So he's going for a ton of Void Rays. And Soulkey has got Hydras coming out. So it looks like SOS has made a gamble, and it looks like it's going to fail before it's even started. Because, I mean, Void Rays, yeah, they're okay. I mean, if you've got a decent amount of Void Rays and a decent amount of Hydras, maybe you can make something happen with the Void Rays. We have seen it before, where the Void Rays somehow just start taking out Hydras. Typically because the Void Rays have so much health and the Hydras don't. So, it's not like a straight up counter. But when you have a massive amount of Hydras, where you actually put a lot of energy into getting the Hydras out, then the Void Rays start to be not as good. So we are going to see a crap ton of Void Rays coming out from Mr. SOS. And I think the amount of Void Rays he's got right now, 5, could easily defeat these 8 Hydras, simply because, like I said, they've just got so much health. But whether or not he will engage, I am not sure. I think he'll probably just sort of try and stay away from the Hydras at this point. And just sort of, yeah, buzz around a bit, see what he can take out. We got some gateways coming out, which is very, very nice. So SOS not going for some sort of crazy air-only strategy. But, yeah. These things, man, they can take out a Spore Crawler in half a second, and the hatchery in a few seconds after that, if you get enough Void Rays in there. So it's definitely going to be down to the Hydras and Mutas as well, if he decides to start building Mutas. Mutas are quite good at destroying the Void Rays, simply because they're not armored units. Here we go, going for it, but the Spore Crawlers are up, and the Hydra's getting right in there, scaring the Void Rays away. Meanwhile, we've got a bunch of Lings coming in there. Seeing a bunch more Void Rays, not able to get up there because it is, of course, blocked up. Void Rays continuing to go on. They're starting to take some hits on the Hydras, but they're starting to take some hits from the Hydras as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Overseer plugging up the Stargate just for the hell of it. And, yeah, pretty nice stuff. So it looks like there's going to be a bunch of Zealot plays as well. And we've got a robotics facility coming out. So I think that SOS just keeping his options open. Hallucinating Phoenix, let's find. Bunch of pylons all over the place. But the Hydra presence is really getting out there, and it looks like they're actually going to get sandwiched between a bunch of Void Rays. I don't know if this is good or bad for Mr. Soulkey. It's starting to look bad. The Void Rays coming from the other side. You can see they take out Hydras extremely quickly. And so there, that's why it seems counterintuitive, but Void Rays can actually do the damage to Hydras. We can see a massive amount of Mutas coming out. Mutas, of course, a great counter to the Void Rays because they have a decent amount of health, a bit more health than the Hydras, and they don't take any bonus damage from the Void Rays, from the armored play there. But the Hydras are actually run out here, and yes, everything is going to get taken out. The Hydras streaming in one by one. This is not going to help all that much. The hatchery does go down, and suddenly Soulkey is at a disadvantage. But the Mutas coming in. Mutas still taking quite a bit of damage. I mean, Void Rays, there's just so many of them. But the Mutas are doing as much as they can. Meanwhile, we've got a Zealot attack going over there. Most of the workers getting out of there. Zealots chasing them. More going into the main base over here. Not a lot of ground defense for Mr. Soulkey. You might have to move these Mutas back over here to try and take these guys out. Hydras getting a bit owned as well. The Mutas finally taking out some of these Zealots. But it is slow going to take out the Zealots. And they are all over the place, and they're doing as much as they can. The hatchery almost going down here. Ling's taking care of the Zealots over there. They were trying to take out the Spire, not quite managing to take it out. The thing does survive, but here we go. Some more Phoenix coming in with Zealots looking to take out this 4th or 5th base, whatever you want to call it. The Mutas coming in, but there are Phoenix on the map, and this is not good news for Mr. Soulkey. He does not want to see Phoenix on the map. He does have some Corruptors, which are going to help him deal with that, but still, beneath it all, the hatchery does go down, and more Zealots coming out. Over here, the hatchery is already looking bad. If he can take this out as well, then Soulkey is going to be in a desperate situation. But he's going for the workers first all, just to have a crack at those. Soulkey with an insane amount of workers, even losing a few is not going to set him back that far. But no, he lost the opportunity to take out the hatchery. It did kill quite a few workers, so I suppose it was worth it. And a whole bunch more Corruptors coming out, a whole bunch more Phoenix coming out. Everything going down to this Phoenix fire right here. And yeah, not quite going to be a supply catch, but it's going to be close. The Corruptors out there, and the Phoenix are going to have to run away. A single Zealot getting in there just to have a bit of fun. More Zealots coming out, but the Mutas are slowly taking them out. He's got to be careful though, because these Phoenix, man, the only thing that can really stop him at this point is the Corruptors, and the Corruptors are just so much slower than the Phoenix. So if they micro around effectively, they can just have the complete run of the entire base. And these Zealots, how much armor do they have? None yet, which is interesting because they're so slow for the Mutas to kill them. So yeah, it's just, imagine the Zealots with like level 3 armor, how much time it would take the Mutas to kill those bastards. It would take freaking forever. And we've got some Hydras actually coming out again from Mr. Soulkey, so it looks like he wants to counter the Phoenix with Hydras as well as with Corruptors, because the Corruptors just aren't as fast. Definitely. Yeah, the Phoenix actually thinking of taking out the Corruptors here. Oh man, that is crazy, absolutely crazy. But they do have the range upgrade right now. They're just about to get level 2 weapons as well. So yeah, why not? These Mutas with 1-1 at the moment. Oh, Corruptor's getting a nice hit there. But they are slowly taking damage from the Phoenix. And I mean, yeah, if the Phoenix just keeps staying out of range consistently, it's going to be very, very, very hard for Mr. Soulkey to take these guys out. So the Hydras are definitely going to help quite a bit. The Muta's getting in a bit too close. They are taking out Phoenix, but it looks like SOS going for a whole bunch of different units. He's going for Archons, Void Rays, even Colossus, just to take care of the Hydras, because he's obviously seeing that a bunch more Hydras are coming out. And suddenly Soulkey is actually on the offensive with this Corruptor push. And yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, but oh man, the Colossus are going to do quite a lot of damage. Looks like the Hydras actually took them out, or maybe the Corruptors did some micro on them, but the sheer amount of forces that Soulkey has managed to get out here is actually forcing SOS back. So he's just got a very, very big push of units, a whole different mix of stuff out here, but he's making it work, and is down to a Hydra Corruptor at this point. So the Phoenix are pretty much useless because they can't really do too much damage to the Corruptors. The Void Ray is still very, very good against the Corruptor numbers. He's got to be very, very careful he doesn't just throw all these Corruptors away, because he needs them to take out the Colossus. And there we go, micro on the Colossus. The Hydra's getting in range of the Void Rays though, and that's exactly what Soulkey needs to have happen. The sooner these Void Rays are destroyed, the sooner the Corruptors can take care of business. The Corruptors almost all died, but the Void Rays are doing a great job, and there's nothing near the amount of units he needs to shield the next Colossus that comes out. The Colossusaur is already there, but without any shielding units, is just going to go down straight away. So that's it. Game over. And man, SOS looking so good for so long, but in the end, Soulkey, I think he must have just macroed his way into a victory. Just got a bigger army, because he was never really countering SOS at any point in the game. He was always dealing with Void Rays and dealing with Phoenix, and I mean, if anything, SOS was countering Soulkey, not the other way around, but Soulkey just pushed through it, and in the end, just had a mix of fantastic units, sent them in, and he just had enough of them that they just pushed everything back. So that was it. Great job there. These guys had 2 weapons, these guys had 2 weapons. So it wasn't really an upgrade battle. They were both almost the same in terms of upgrades, but yeah, just great stuff there from Mr. Soulkey. And thank you very much for watching this game. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned.